traveling with medications could get your items confiscated or even delay your trip at security checkpoints. Over 70% of travelers don't know the proper rules for bringing their essential medications through TSA. Did you know there's one critical mistake that most travelers make when packing their prescriptions? Today, we're breaking down the 8 most important TSA medication rules you need to know before your next flight. Number 8. Liquid medication allowances. Ever been stuck at security, wondering if they'll throw away your important liquid medicine? While regular liquids are limited to 3.4 ounces, medically necessary liquids get special treatment at TSA checkpoints. According to the official TSA website, medically necessary liquids, gels, and aerosols can exceed the standard 3.4-ounce limit in your carry-on bags. This isn't just for prescription liquid medications. It includes things like saline solution, contact lens solution, diabetic testing supplies, and even liquid nutrition supplements that are medically necessary. Here's exactly what to do. When you reach the security checkpoint, tell the TSA officer right away that you have medically necessary liquids. Take them out of your bag and place them separately in the bin. The liquids will need additional screening, which might include X-ray or a quick test for explosives, but your medications won't be opened or touched. A helpful trick many travelers don't know about. You can ask for a manual inspection instead of putting liquid medications through the X-ray if you're worried about radiation exposure. Just let the officer know when you first approach security. Many travelers have saved their important medications from confiscation by simply declaring them properly at the start of screening. But there's something important about how these items get screened that you should know about next. Number 7. Additional screening procedures. What happens if a TSA agent wants to check your medicine more closely, and how can you protect your health? When you bring medications through security, you need to be prepared for some extra steps. The TSA's official procedures state that officers may need to conduct additional screening on your medications. This usually means they'll swab the outside of containers to test for trace explosives, or they might use special imaging technology. According to TSA guidelines, officers won't actually touch your medication directly or ask you to take any medication during screening. If you have medications that could be contaminated by handling, you have rights. You can request the officer to change to fresh gloves before handling your medication containers. For medications that can't be opened or X-rayed, let the officer know immediately, and they'll use alternative screening methods. An insider trick used by frequent travelers: organize your medications in a clear, separate bag within your carry-on. This makes them easy to remove quickly at security and shows you're prepared for inspection. Many travelers also bring a printed copy of their prescriptions in this same clear bag, which can speed up the process if there are any questions. Speaking of how to package your medications, let's talk about what kind of containers you should use. Number 6. Original packaging recommendations. Have you ever wondered if you need to lug around those bulky prescription bottles when traveling, or if you can use a pill organizer instead? Here's some good news that will make packing so much easier. According to the TSA's official website, they do not require your prescription medications to be in their original pharmacy-labeled containers. This means you can use those convenient pill organizers to save space in your carry-on. Imagine how much room you'll save in your bag when you're not stuffing in a dozen orange prescription bottles. But wait, there's an important catch many travelers don't know about. While TSA doesn't require original bottles, some states have laws that medications must be in labeled containers. The FDA and many pharmacists recommend keeping at least some medications in their original containers when traveling. A smart approach used by experienced travelers is to use pill organizers for daily use, but keep the original bottles in your luggage. When you follow this method, you'll feel confident walking through security without the anxiety of having your medications questioned or confiscated. You'll breeze through the checkpoint while other travelers are explaining why their unlabeled pills should be allowed through. Now, what about documentation for those medications? That's where many travelers get tripped up. Number 5. Documentation considerations. Did you know a simple piece of paper could save your entire vacation from disaster if questions arise about your medications? While many travelers skip this step, it could be the difference between continuing your journey or dealing with serious headaches. According to the TSA and CDC travel guidelines, though documentation for medications isn't strictly required, having prescriptions or doctor's notes can prevent major problems during screening. This is especially true for controlled substances like pain medications or anxiety medications, or if you're carrying unusually large quantities for a long trip. Here's what experienced travelers do. Create a small medication passport. This is simply a document that lists all your medications, their dosages, your doctor's contact information, and why you take them. Add a copy of your prescriptions and a brief letter from your doctor for any controlled substances. Keep digital copies on your phone as backup, but also bring paper copies in case your device runs out of battery. For international travel, the CDC specifically recommends getting a letter from your doctor on official letterhead, which can help at foreign customs checkpoints. Some countries have strict rules about bringing in certain medications, and your documentation can make the difference between keeping your medicine or having it confiscated. When you have this documentation ready, you'll walk through security with complete peace of mind. While other travelers might be pulled aside for lengthy questioning about their medications, you'll quickly resolve any concerns by showing your prepared documentation, saving precious vacation time, and avoiding unnecessary stress. But what about those medications that need to stay cold? That's where things get tricky. Hit that subscribe button right now so you don't miss any of our travel-saving tips that could literally save your next vacation from disaster. Number 4. Temperature-sensitive medication rules. Have you ever worried about your insulin or other temperature-sensitive medications getting ruined during a long travel day? This is a real concern for millions of travelers that could mean the difference between a great trip and a medical emergency. According to the TSA's official guidelines, ice packs, freezer packs, gel packs, and other accessories needed to cool medications are allowed through security when they're completely frozen solid. If they're partially melted or slushy, they'll be treated as liquids and subject to the 3.4-ounce rule. The American Diabetes Association confirms that properly preparing your cooling supplies is essential for hassle-free travel. Experienced travelers use specially designed medication coolers that stay cold longer than regular ice packs. These coolers are clearly marked for medical use, and many are designed to keep medications at the proper temperature for up to 36 hours without refrigeration. Remember to freeze your ice packs completely solid the night before travel. A common mistake many travelers make is putting their cooling packs loose in their carry-on. This often leads to extra screening and delays. Instead, keep medication and cooling accessories together in a clear, labeled bag. When you follow these temperature guidelines, you'll stroll confidently through security while other travelers watch their melting ice packs get confiscated, knowing your vital medications will stay safe and effective throughout your journey. Next, let's cover what you need to know about electronic medical devices. Number 3. Electronic medical device screening. Did you know that thousands of travelers face unnecessary delays every year because they don't know the proper way to bring their medical devices through security? These special items need special handling to avoid problems. According to the TSA's official procedures for travelers with disabilities and medical conditions, you are not required to remove CPAP machines, insulin pumps, or other medical devices from your carry-on bag. However, they will need additional screening, and the process works much better when you plan ahead. Smart travelers inform TSA officers about their medical devices before placing items on the X-ray belt. They keep devices in clear cases separate from other belongings, with any required supplies organized nearby. The American Lung Association and sleep medicine specialists recommend bringing your prescription or equipment paperwork to verify medical necessity. For passengers with implanted medical devices like pacemakers or insulin pumps attached to your body, the TSA provides notification cards you can download from their website. These cards don't exempt you from screening, but they help communicate your needs discreetly to security officers. According to the American Heart Association, informing officers before screening can prevent harmful device interference. A big mistake people make is connecting or turning on their devices during screening. This can trigger alarms and cause lengthy delays. Keep devices powered off until you've cleared security completely. Another error is removing insulin pumps or continuous glucose monitors from your body. The FDA warns this can affect your blood sugar levels and isn't necessary for screening. When you handle your medical devices properly, you'll move smoothly through the checkpoint with minimal interruption while others struggle with unpacking and explaining their equipment. You'll feel the relief of knowing your essential medical devices are being treated with the care and respect they deserve. But what about when you're traveling internationally? That's important too. Number 2. International travel considerations. Did you ever think your perfectly legal U.S. medication could get you in serious trouble when traveling abroad? This happens to unsuspecting travelers more often than you'd imagine, and knowing the rules could save you from a ruined vacation or worse. While TSA doesn't limit medication quantities on U.S. flights, many countries have strict rules about what medications can cross their borders. According to the U.S. State Department and CDC, medications that are completely legal in America might be strictly controlled or even illegal in other countries. Japan, for example, bans certain common cold medicines containing pseudoephedrine, while United Arab Emirates has strict rules against many pain medications. Experienced international travelers always research medication laws for their destination countries weeks before traveling. The International Narcotics Control Board and embassy websites provide country-specific medication information. Smart travelers also get a letter from their doctor on official letterhead that lists their medical conditions and all medications with their generic names, not just brand names. A huge mistake travelers make is assuming their travel insurance will cover replacement medications if theirs are confiscated. Many policies specifically exclude this situation, leaving you without vital medicine in a foreign country. When you take time to research and prepare proper documentation, you'll enjoy your international adventure with total peace of mind, exploring exciting destinations, while other unprepared travelers are desperately searching for local doctors to replace confiscated medications. And finally, the most important thing to remember about traveling with medications. Number 1. Carry-on versus checked baggage. Would you risk going without your vital medications for your entire vacation if your checked bag went missing? This single decision could be the most important one you make when traveling with medications. According to both the TSA and the FDA, you should always pack all medications in your carry-on bag, not in checked luggage. The official TSA website specifically recommends this because checked bags can get lost, delayed, or exposed to extreme temperatures in the cargo hold that could damage your medications. The American Pharmacists Association notes that temperature variations in cargo holds can reduce medication effectiveness, especially for insulin, certain antibiotics, and seizure medications. Experienced travelers organize medications in a dedicated bag placed at the top of their carry-on for easy access. They also pack a 1 to 2 day backup supply in a separate carry-on, like a purse or laptop bag, just in case their main carry-on gets gate-checked on crowded flights. The CDC recommends bringing extra medication beyond what you think you'll need in case your return is delayed. A dangerous mistake many travelers make is splitting medications between carry-on and checked bags, thinking they're being careful. This actually increases risk, as medications in checked bags can be damaged even if they arrive. When you keep all medications with you, you'll stroll confidently through your vacation without the panic and anxiety other travelers feel when the airline announces their checked bag has been sent to the wrong city, along with their essential medications. These medication tips will save you from travel disasters, but we've got even more game-changing travel hacks coming up next week that the airlines don't want you to know about. Hit subscribe and turn on notifications now so you don't miss out on secrets that can make your next trip the smoothest one yet.